This is Adi Sharma Solution, Class 12, Chapter 6, Determinants, Exercises 6.4. Solve the following system of linear equations by Cramer's rule. So, all this exercise is based on Cramer's rule, most of the questions. So, normally the equation, these linear equation, they can be in 2 variable, 3 variable, 4 variable, or maybe more than that. So the normal method is to find out the value of x in terms of y, put it in the second equation and try to find out the value of x, then keep that value in the previous x relation. Or you can do multiplication method, that is multiply so that common thing come and you can cancel it. But when we are learning matrices and determinant, the way of solving it can be easily done using the Cramer's rule. Now the first question I am going to tell you more in detail so that others you can do. So you have x minus 2y equals 4. I am telling you the first one. The second equation is minus 3x plus 5y equals 7. Now normal linear equation, let us equate with this. a1x plus b1y equals c1. Here a2x plus b2y equals c2. Now just compare. a1 is 1, a2 is minus 3, b1 is minus 2, b2 is 5. So the determinant will be a1, a1, a2, b1, b2. When we try to find out d1, d2, will replace the first column, second column likewise. So first thing is the determinant, basic determinant, 1. So a1, a2, 1 minus 3. Then b1, b2 minus 2 and 5. So a1, a2, b1, b2 we have written already. So in order to get this value is 5 minus 3 to the 6. So this is going to be negative 1. So please compare this minus 1 with 0. It should not be 0. Otherwise there are certain conditions that will come. We are going to discuss in the later questions. It should not be 0 as of now. D1 can be computed by, the first column has to be replaced by what is on the right hand side, C1, C2. First column. So we are talking about D1, that is we are talking about X. X is going to come through D1. So first A1, A2 has to be replaced by C1, C2. C1, C2 is what? 4 and negative 7. So C1 is 4, C2 is negative 7. So just write 4 and negative 7 here. And then rest things remain same, 2 and minus 5. So 5 4 is a 20, minus 7 is a 14, it is going to be 6. Now coming to D2. D2 is what? See, we have the first one will remain same because we are interested in Y. So this second column has to be replaced by C1, C2, that is 4 and negative 7. So 1 minus 3 will remain like that, and we have to put 4 and minus 7 here. So it will be negative 7 minus or minus plus 4th is a 12. So 12 minus 7 is going to be 5. Okay, now we have D1, D2 and D. So in order to get X, what we'll do? X will be D1 by D. Y will be equal to D2 by D. So D is not equal to 0, that is X and Y are defined. So just put D here, negative 1 in the denominator. D1 will be 6, D2 is going to be 5. So negative 6 is the value of X, negative 5 is the value of Y. This is how we solve the linear equation with 2 variables using the Cramer's rule. So there are other questions exactly like this. So I'm just giving you the solution so that you can have a look, you can try it yourself so that you can match the answers if you want, or just you can do the way I told you in the first question. Exactly same, there is no difference. There is no difference, right? So one by one, you can just, this is a checklist. First you try yourself. If you have any problem, then just you can see the answer. So these are all of the same type. One of the type is somewhat different. Exactly, it's actually same. But here, what do we see here? We have A here. Means the coefficient of Y is A. So this is A1, A2, this is B1, B2. So D will be A1, A2, B1, B2 in the A1, A2, B1, B2. So I'm doing the sixth one. So D is equal to 3, 2, AA. What will be D1? The first column has to be replaced by 4, 2. So 4, 2, AA will remain like that. D2. The second column has to be replaced by this second has to be replaced by 3, 2. So this is A. 4A minus 2A is 2A. So we just have to change it because this we have to replace 4, 2 here. Okay. So we get 6 minus 8, that is negative 2. So X will be equal to the D1 by D. So 2A by A is 2. Y will be D2 by D. D2 is negative 2. How do you get negative 2? Negative 2 by A, because 6 minus 8 is negative 2. You get these value, minus 2 by Y. So I hope you'll be able to do all of these. There are 10 of them. So the same way I told you the first one, you have to do exactly like this. So all I am giving you a glimpse so that when you are actually doing it, you can have a reference from here. So this is the last one. Now using the Kramer rule, how to solve a linear equation with 3 variable. So we have a question of 3 variable here. The 2 variable, 3 variable, 4 variable, all will be like that, right? I presume that you know how to do the determinant of 3 by 3. So we have 3x plus y plus z equals 2. This is our first equation. The second equation is 2x minus 4y plus 3z equals negative 1. Then 4x plus y minus 3z, y minus 3z equals negative 11. Now, we will compare it or we will equate it with the actual general equation with 3 variables. So, a1x plus b1y plus c1z equals d1, a2x plus b2y plus c2z equals d2, and a3x plus b3y plus c3z plus c3z equals d3. Now, a1, a2, a3 we know 3, 2, 4. b1, b2, b3 we have 1, negative 4, 1. c1, c2, c3 1, 3, negative 3. So for D we have to write a1, b1, c1 in 3 columns. So 3, 2, 4 will come in the first column. 1, negative 4 and 1 will come in the second column. 1, negative 4 and 1. C1, C2, C3. This 1, 3 and negative 3 is going to come in the third column. What will be D1? The first column has to be replaced by D1, D2, D3. In D2, second column has to be replaced by D1, D2, D3. Likewise in D3, third column has to be replaced by D1, D2, D3. So the first column 3, 2, 4 will replace by 2, negative 1 and negative 11. So 3, 2, 4, in place of 3, 2, 4 you have to write 2, minus 1, 11. D2 you are going to place the second one as 2, negative 1, 11, negative 11. In third one you will write 2, negative 1, negative 11. Rest you will just keep it like that. So 1, minus 4, 1, 1, 3, minus 3 here. Here it will be 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4 and 1, 3, negative 3. So only the D has to be replaced by, consecutive columns have to be replaced by one at a time. So 3, 2, 4 and 1 minus 4, 1. Okay. So this value, I hope you know how to do the determinant. Determinant, I am writing the final value here. If you have time, just do it by yourself. But still, this is just an explanation or logic how to do this. This is 63, which is not equal to 0. So we can take it as a denominator. D1 come as negative 63. D2 will come as 126 and D3 is going to come as 189. Now in order to find out X, we have to do D1 by D. In order to find out Y, D2 by D. For Z, D3 by D. D should not be equal to 0, okay. So what is the value of d? It is always 63 in the denominator. So d1 is negative 63. It is negative 1. 63 divided by 63 is negative 1. Now we have 126 divided by capital D. So 126 divided by 63 is 2. Then we have 189. 189 divided by 63, it's going to be 3. So x is negative 1, y is 2, z equal to 3. This is how we solve the linear equation with 3 variable by Cramer's rule. Okay. So these are all the questions which will take the same logic which I just told you. 3 by 3 determinant will come and you have to solve it, because we have already discussed this in the earlier exercise totally. The determinant we have done, plenty of questions, around 50-60 questions we have done. So same thing you have to do it here only. Okay. So all of this you can have just a reference. I will encourage you to do it by yourself. If you have any problem, then you can have a look here, right? Okay, all of them are almost same, almost similar. Now let us take this one. So this is just, we don't have numbers here, we have some, variable. So all these are either 3 variables or 4 variables. Okay. So let me just tell you here only. X, Y, Z plus 1, we have X, Y, Z. So what you have to do is, first you have to take 1d square on the right hand side. So when you take on the right hand side, you will get the a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals d1 kind of situation. Now see here. So this is equation. We have taken minus 1 minus d whole square on the right hand side. So 1a square, 1b square and 1c square. So this is your first D, capital D. So you column 2 minus column 1, column 3 minus column 2 or column 1 you can do, but you will get C minus A. That is why column 2 minus column 3 you have to do. So once you do this, you get this kind of situation, but here you see this A minus B whole square can be written as A minus B, A plus B. B minus C whole square can be written as B minus C, B plus C. And now from the second column and third column, you can take A minus B and B minus C common. Once you take this common, when you solve the remaining determinant, you will get C minus A. We have already done this type of question, so I am just going through it. Now D, when you try to find out D1, the 1a square will be replaced by negative 1, negative t and negative d square. D2, the second column has to be replaced by minus 1, minus d square. For D3, you have to replace third column by minus 1 minus d square, what was actually in D. Right? So when you just solve it, only you have to replace first, you have to replace, because it is, you have to replace A by D. And all of these you have to take negative outside. So first D1 you have to replace A by D. In order to find out D2, you just have to replace this, because it was A minus B, B minus C and C minus A. So you have to replace C by D here, and then this is D3. So D2 you have to replace likewise. Okay. So you can just solve it like this, because there will be some cancellation here, or you can keep it like that also. But the cancellation is always promoted, so you can do like that. Now this is we have 4 variables here. Same way we are going to do, the logic and reasoning will be same. Only the determinant size will increase. So we are comparing the first one with A1x, B1y, C1z, D1w equals say E. Say E1 it is. We're comparing it with this one. Second one, A2x, B2y, C2z, D2w equals E2. So E2. Third one we are comparing with A3x plus B3y plus C3z plus D3w equals E3. Then A4x, B4y plus C4z plus D4w equals E4. Okay. Now when we solve this, the D will come as A1, A2, A3, A4 in the first column, B1, B2, B3, B4 in the second column, C1, C2, C3, C4 in the third column, D1, D2, D3, D4 in the fourth column. So let me just write the value here. So we have 1, 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 1, 2, 3. Then in the second column we have to write the exponent of y, 1, -2, 1, -1. The third one you have to write the exponent of z, 1, 2, -2, 3. And the last one you have to write the exponent of coefficient of w. So 1, 2, 2, -3. So this is 4 by 4. Okay. So this is how we'll do it. Okay. D1, D2, D3, D4. So D1, D2, D1, D2, D3, D4, we have to replace the first column by E1. So 1, 1, 2, 3 has to be replaced by 2, -6, -5, -3. I'm going to write all of this. First, rest all, let us say it is x, rest remains same. D2, the second column is going to be replaced by 2, -6, -5, -3. The third one, so if there are 4 columns, the third will be replaced by 2, -6, -5, -3. For D4, you are going to replace it, the fourth column, by 2, -6, -5, -3. Rest will remain as it is what was in D. So it will take some time, but the x will be D1, this x is D1 by D, y is D2 by D, z is D3 by D, and w is D4 by D. Okay. So this is what we are going to see. Rest we are going to take in the next discussion. Okay. So this is just, I am giving you a view. This inconsistency, consistency, this we are going to take in the next discussion. Till then, thank you so much. Take care of yourself.